Hello, viewers. March saw two important days. On March the 21st was the World Forest Day, and on March 22nd was World Water Day. Two very important events so far as the environment is concerned. And there were two major events also that happened almost connected with the topic of the World Forest Day and the World Water Day. Just a couple of days back, before the World Forest Day, China had a major sandstorm, one of the worst in decades. Environmentalists say it was one of the worst in 2 decades. The sandstorm from Mongolia swept across to Beijing and blinded Beijing in broad daylight. It became dark in broad daylight. The sandstorm lasted for quite some time, and then about 10 people died. Now, the major cause for this sandstorm was that due to industrialization in and around Beijing, there was a lot of deforestation that happened. And because of this, the winds that come from Mongolia remain unchecked and the sand enters into Beijing. Of course, Beijing has done a lot of work in trying to build barricades of forests just across, but that's not enough because the damage has already been done. And speaking about the World Forest Day, one of the worst disasters that happened was the fire in Brazil, the Amazon forest. That is an unpardonable event. It was a man-made event to a large extent to regain land in that particular area. Of course, the Brazilian authorities refused to believe that forests play a role in the environment. But in that particular fire that happened and lasted quite a few days and months, carbon footprint was lost in that particular fire. So World Forest Day is extremely important. We have to take it seriously. Coming back to India, in India, the good news is that the forest cover has improved marginally over the period of about 4 to 5 years, and it's a governmental effort, and a lot of initiatives have been being done by the NGOs also. At the same time, a worry spot is the Western Ghats in India, where there's a lot of deforestation happening. And unfortunately, the Gadgil report on the Western Ghats has been dumped. The Kasturirangan report, a diluted version of the Gadgil report, also has been dumped, as rather not being implemented. Unless we take this seriously, the Western region in India is going to have a major problem. Now, coming to World Water Day, that also was, after that, there was a massive flooding across Australia. The eastern coast, New South Wales was completely flooded, and that was also an event that marked once in a decade. A huge storm that came across and huge flooding, some say that it is actually the size of 2 European continents, just swept across New South Wales in an unprecedented manner. Snakes, scorpions, spiders, all these things came out, and almost about 80,000 people were evacuated. 3 lives were lost, and this is also due to an environmental factor. Now, let me read to you some of the factors concerning the World Water Day. For example, a statement by World Water Day by UNICEF: more than 1.42 billion people, including about 450 million children, are living in areas of high or extremely high water vulnerability in the world. And some of the regions that are affected are Sub-Saharan Africa, Latin America, Western Asia and North Africa, and East Asia to a large extent. So these are the areas, worry spots so far as the water is concerned. In India also, we need to be worried about water to a large extent in critical areas, especially North India, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, and other areas. So these two events mark this particular month of March, an extremely important day so far as environment is concerned. So we'll keep you updated for next environment news. Till then, goodbye and take care.